Welcome to my channel, Freckled Mom DIY. I'm Devin. If you're new, welcome. And if you're returning, hey! Today I'm sharing fruit and floral DIYs, more specifically sunflowers and apples. This is a challenge and I'll explain that, but let's get into these adorable DIYs. I had gotten this planter from the Dollar Tree in springtime, and I'm just going to give this one coat of my Waverly and plaster, and it doesn't have to be perfect, it's just so to cover up that metal look.
Autumn leaves, please hurry before I start to work.
Now I have this table cover I also got from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to cut out the portion that I need. So you'll have a lot left over you can use for another project. Today we're just going to use the sunflowers, but you could use the leaves for another fall project. So I'm going to add some Mod Podge. The paint has dried now. I let it dry overnight. And I do a generous coating of Mod Podge, and then I lay the tablecloth down. Now this is why you wanted to paint it white, just so it's white underneath and not that metal color. And I'm just going to smooth out the tablecloth so there's no wrinkles. And this just takes time. You just use your fingers and just rub along. It's pretty easy. It's not as sensitive as tissue paper, so it's a little more forgiving. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm just going to give a nice generous coat of Mod Podge.
As I close my eyes.
And then I'm going to smooth it out, and this is such an easy project. It's super sweet. I saw some of these planters at Michael's for like $15, and right now we literally have already spent $2, and that's it. So this is such a sweet project you could do for whatever fabric you have or a paper you have, some cardstock. It's just so sweet. I just cut off the excess here. And I'm not trying to be perfect about it. Only one side is really going to be seen. So I'm just going to go through now and I'm going to clean up all the edges. So I have a lot of excess here, and I'm just tucking it down wherever I need to, adding Mod Podge just to secure it.
It won't change my love, I send up.
Now I just go over the entire planter with another layer of Mod Podge, and again this is just to seal it in. Here I have some fall flowers I had picked up at the Dollar Tree. I have some hanging ones and some little just pretty flowers. I think arranging flowers is just as important as the actual project, and I'm just peeling them off for what I need. I have a floral foam block here from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to use some of my leaves as a filler first, and I got these from Michael's a while back. And then I'm going to fill it in with Dollar Tree fall flowers. On my channel we do a lot of Dollar Tree crafts, DIY, gifts and decor, thrift flipping, and more. If you like these kind of videos, go ahead and subscribe. If you are already part of our family, thank you. You can also find me on Instagram as Freckled Mom. There's no rhyme or reason or special colors you have to use. I just chose these colors. I thought they were super fall and super cute, and they would go very well with the sunflowers. I love the green, those leaves that I added beforehand, and I love the different sizes. I just think they are so sweet and just perfect for fall, and I just love this. I think this is so pretty, and you don't have to be an interior decorator. You just have to use your creativity. I have some picks here that I had gotten from the Dollar Tree. Some of these have pine cones and pumpkins and sunflowers, and I think they are super sweet. I just keep arranging this until I feel like it's done. Sometimes maybe I go a little too much and it's a little too full, but you can always take flowers out. I definitely want it to look full. I think fall is such a wonderful time for an abundance of flowers. I am so in love with how this project came out. Down in the comments, let me know what you think about this sunflower planter and if it looks like the ones that were for sale at Michael's earlier in the month. What is fall without some fruit? And of course, apples. So I did a little bit of apples and sunflowers here. I had gotten these plates from the Dollar Tree in this wicked pretty candle holder. I love the colors. It was kind of like copper and brown, and I thought it was going to be perfect for this tiered tray I'm going to make. So I just have a little bit of my Star Bond glue and hot glue. You guys know I am not a fan of gluing glass together, and ever since I've been using this mixture, it works so great. It literally holds together the best I've ever had. So definitely, if you want some Star Bond, go down to my description, check out my link, and get some Star Bond. Super easy. This is literally the easiest project. Again, just some Star Bond and a little bit of hot glue. I put the candle holder down, and now I'm just putting the smaller plate on top of the top now to give it a 2-tiered. You could do 3 tiers, but I only found the smaller plate and the larger plate. So I kept it 2 tiers, and I think that is so perfect for this project. You could put actual decor on this because it is super sturdy. But of course, I have all these apples. It is fall. It is time for some apple pie and some apple crumble. So let's get fall going the right way. This is so cute, and it's sunflowers and apples, so it's just perfect.
On your arm, my love.
This is a challenge, Sunflowers and Apples, hosted by 6 Kids in a Glue Gun, Crafty Cove, Mama Can Make It, and the Rusted Willow. And the spotlight crafter is Sweet Little Home. Make sure to check out everyone's creations on the playlist, which is down in my description. Also, make sure to check out all the hosts if you haven't already. I can definitely see this project as a first day of school project for some teachers, or if you are a teacher, I think this is super sweet. I'm tracing this little apple. It's a wooden apple I got from Dollar Tree, and I'm just using this cardstock I got from Michael's. I like to buy the big packages of cardstock. It's called Hot Buys, and you can get buy one get 2 free. So I'm just cutting it out now, and it is just the shape of an apple. It's not very hard to cut out, and so this is definitely an easy project if you want to have your kids help make something for their teachers. I have the 2 cutouts now. I love this paper. I'm just making sure that I cut it out right and it will fit my apple, and it looks great. Although I did want to add a little bit of white to cover up that glue, so I just added my plaster on all the edges that would be seen.
Have to wait.
And then I am doing a generous coat of Mod Podge, and I do Mod Podge over the entire top of the apple. And then I also do some Mod Podge on the paper. I want to make sure that everything is secure, and I wanted to make sure there was enough Mod Podge, so there's a lot of Mod Podge there. And then I just lay it down, I line it up the best I can. I did pretty good cutting it out, so I didn't need to do any sanding. I use my roller here to make sure I have no air bubbles. Now, if you did cut out a little bit too much of the paper, you could just use a little finger sander or a little sander to sand the edges down to get the excess paper off. But it came out pretty perfect, and I didn't have to do that. This is the other side. I do the same thing, Mod Podge, and then roll it to make sure it is secure. And then I do another coat of Mod Podge just to finish the project. I have been loving blue for my fall colors this year, and of course we're doing a challenge for sunflowers, so I have some sunflowers here. I'm just measuring up the flowers so I get them all about the same length. And again, you could use whatever colors you wanted. I think this is so sweet. I love the blue with the sunflowers and the paper I chose. Perfect for back to school or home decor. This is just adorable all over for any reason.
Bring him home before I worry, and his face gets too blurry.
Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and let me know down in the comments which one was your favorite. If you were inspired by any of these DIYs, please consider subscribing if you haven't already. When you hit the bell to all, you'll be notified every time I post a new video. I will link all my supplies I used as well as the link to the playlist down in my description. Another way to support my channel is buymeacoffee.com. I am really excited for some videos I have coming out at the end of this week. so get ready for some more inspiration. You can also find me on Instagram as Freckled Mom. Have a great night, and I'll see you soon.